am I the asshole for calling out my husband for not being a good Christian?
What did Josh say in one of our episodes? I don't believe in God.
Your Honor, I don't believe in God. Yeah. We famously did a cult podcast.
True that.
Yeah. So you're saying not the asshole?
Not the asshole, baby. Let's go.
I assumed. All right. So I, 27 female, have been married to my husband, 34 male, for 5 years. So technically illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Technically. My husband is a devout follower of his religion and has been since he was raised in it. I respect his beliefs, even though I don't share them and have no intention of converting.
That's gotta be difficult, right? Like, I don't know. To me, if there's two varying, especially religion, that's such a heavy thing to possibly not
It
agree
depends
in.
on the people. Like Sienna's religious. She's
Is
like
she?
Sean.
Okay.
Like Sean, right? Yeah, her family Catholic. I hope I'm not outing her. I don't know if that's a thing she doesn't want people to know, but and like we've never had issues because she's
that's good.
You know, she doesn't live by the book. You know what I mean? She's just a good person and happened to grow up in a Catholic household, which is fine. But I mean, and I'm like it's the same with Sean. We're friends with Sean. We're good friends with Sean. And he's never tried to push his beliefs. So I would like to. I just say and like it depends on the people. There are people that push their religion, and
it just seemed like in this context, it seemed like he's a by the book type of person.
Yeah, this is a whole different story. So I was raised in the Christian faith. However, I left when I was an adult due to sexual abuse in my church, which nobody believed occurred because the one who did it was the pastor.
Jesus, here we go.
How many stories have we heard? Too much. Recently, my husband has been pressuring me to convert to his religion. See, that's where it's like, yeah. He says that it would bring us closer together and create a more harmonious household. I understand where he's coming from, but I firmly believe that faith is a personal journey, and I shouldn't be forced into something I don't believe in. To add to the issue, my husband, despite his religious teachings, doesn't always practice what he preaches.
Here we go.
He expects me to adhere to traditional gender roles, yet he often neglects his own responsibilities at home. He's quick to judge others for their actions, even though his faith teaches non-judgment and kindness.
Mm-hmm.
He makes comments about gay people that I have discussed with him as a major issue. This hypocrisy has been bothering me for a while. Yeah. It's insane. The, love thy neighbor.
It doesn't apply to
only so far.
Yeah.
For some people.
And this is what probably turned me off, like against like religion. I, for a long time, I thought I was like atheist. I'm like, oh, maybe I didn't believe in God. But now I think about it, I'm a little bit more agnostic. Now I think about it.
Okay.
I believe there's some sort of higher power. I believe there's some sort of like, divine intervention. There's things that we don't understand that exist out there. What I don't agree on is how it's practiced, like how religion is. And I'll say this all the time. Religion is a business. It's a corporation. It's at this point, it's like
tax-free corporation.
It's tax-free corporation. Tax the fucking church, people.
All of them.
And it's just, it's all interpretation, right? Like who knows that this is actually what this said, what the teaching was. That was my problem with it and how things are implemented now in today's world. I don't want to talk because I can get political about this.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many things that like it infringes on a lot of other people's like way of living. And if it's not the Christian way, quote unquote, it's like the wrong way. There's other beliefs out there, people. So like what Josh was making point a while ago about like how Sienna is just like a great person. I just wish that's it for everybody. And Sean's the same way. Like he's a devout Christian, devout religious person, but he doesn't impose it on anyone. He practices what he preaches. He, he might not understand a few things, and I'm the same way. I don't understand a lot of things in terms of like other people's choices or like other people's like beliefs, but I'll respect it. I'm just like, hey, I'm gonna respect you as long as you respect me, and I think that's just how the world should be.
100%. Yeah, I'm exactly the same. I'm like, believe whatever you want to believe as long as it's not harming people.
Yes.
That's basically where it should be. You know what I mean?
Of course.
I mean, we do have lots of people practicing faith in our community, and they're respectful about it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's when it starts infringing on other people's, humanity and freedoms and stuff like that. That's when I'm like,
okay, well, calm down now.
Yeah, you can shut the fuck up, actually.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right. So last night during another discussion about my potential conversion, I finally snapped. I told him that if he wants me to consider converting, he needs to set a better example of actually living according to his religion's values. I pointed out that he should start by fulfilling his own responsibilities, that he should start making more money than me and actually lead in the decision making. I'm a nurse and he's currently unemployed after he was let go from his job in the office.
God damn!
That he should be less judgmental of others because according to his faith, only God can judge them.
He probably has that tattooed on him, by the way.
Probably. I also said that he should show more of the virtues Jesus asked of Christians, that he should clothe the naked, feed the hungry, visit the prisoners, aid the orphan and the widow, etc. I assume that's a quote, but I actually don't know that. But
Sean can fact check us in the future.
I also made it clear that while I respect his beliefs, I have no intention of converting unless I genuinely believe in it, which I currently don't because of the hypocritical behavior of his faith.
Ali.
My husband was furious. He accused me of being disrespectful and undermining his faith. He said that I was attacking him personally and that I don't understand the pressure he's under to have a unified religious household. He left for church this morning at 7 for Bible study, and I've already gotten a phone call from the pastor saying I'm an ungodly woman who tricked a good man into marrying him, and I should repent. I've also gotten a tirade of texts and emails from members of his church saying I was disrespectful and being a bad wife, and I'm starting to wonder if I was too harsh, that maybe I shouldn't have said anything at all. Am I the asshole?
Definitely not. And I will say run. I know I kind of jumped the gun a little bit earlier and said, like, no, sometimes like religion is one of those things where it's like a big incompatibility in a marriage. And like what Josh pointed out earlier, I do believe there are scenarios where that won't be a factor, right? Like that won't be a problem at all. Your husband seems to be like in a more extremist side of it, to the point that like he surrounded himself with a community of people that doesn't have that open mind. And that is a dangerous thing because like-minded people, you keep, them believing like certain things and just like the community feeding into that becomes like a group thinking, like a group ideology. A cult even. Bringing it back. Let's start a cult. Stream it on whatever podcast you can. It can even, it's even that situation, right? And it sucks because like, it's one thing that I also make fun about, like hyper religious people, and this could be like any faith in general, right? That anytime like you use what their teaching is to them and say like, hey, you're saying this, you're judging people doing this, like you're using this as a point to like enforce rules and all that, but you're not really following it to the T. You're only picking and choosing, aspects of it and not really encompassing the whole thing. That's when it gets to dangerous territory. And you are a person that you probably didn't have belief, but you probably took the time to look and research that part where it says like, well, your teaching says that you have to do this, X, that. You probably took the time to research that, or just like over the years of being
probably
around,
hearing it from
or
him.
hearing in person. So you just use that for him or against him. And the fact that you say that and all of a sudden like he gets hypersensitive about it. Well, yeah, if he wants to have a uniform religious household, he has to abide for those rules for those things to work out, but he's not. So why are you being an ungodly woman in this scenario? Like all you're doing is being a supportive wife, say like, okay, I'll fall in line, but you got to do your part. But he ain't doing shit. All he's doing is crying and bitching in his pastor and the rest of his damn conglomeration, whatever you call those people, Congress, whatever. Or congregation. Congregation. That's what it is. Damn congregation.
Wait, no, not Freudian slip. I can't think of the word. Continue.
Anyways, I'm going to start preaching over here. You got to testify, my brother. All right? Put your right hand in the sky. Or this is my left hand.
That was your left hand.
Right hand in the sky. I got nothing. But hey,
no, I didn't know how long you were going to go with that.
Yeah. But, you're not an asshole, OP. I think what Josh said earlier, you got to run. There's a huge incompatibility here. I think your husband is too far gone to where he's at. And that's his mind is made up. His mind's made up that he's gonna convert you one way or the other. And that's where it can get very, very dangerous because he has a community backing that up. Find your own community and get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, because I mean, it sounds like very fundamental things that you guys are not matching on. Whereas he wants this traditional housewife type beat, and you are a nurse, the only one working in the relationship. So it's insane for him to want that, first of all. But it's also something it doesn't sound like you want.
Yep.
And so, yeah, I don't think it's going to work. It feels like and I'm not saying this about every religion, just this like specific guy. It sounds like it's a cult who's like, it's a very, you've disrespected us. You have to repent type thing.
That's just wild. Repent is such a crazy thing to do.
Crazy for him to go to his pastor and just vent that to him. You know what I mean? Like in a Bible study. Fucked up. So yeah, cut him off. Find someone that more aligns with your beliefs and is a better person. Because yeah, like the comments about like gay people.
That's wild.
And judging other people. It's so fucked up. So yeah, I'd say run because that's crazy. And Reddit team, not the asshole. Harvey Snake said, don't have kids with this guy. This guy is full of shit, and typical conservative behavior is weaponizing his religion. Ain't no hate quite like Christian love. Do yourself a favor and divorce him, not the asshole. Yeah, I do love this saying, ain't no hate like Christian love.
I've met some like cool ass Christians in the past.
Oh, like Sean. We say this every time.
All the time.
Like they
exist.
Like Sean is one of the nicest people I know in my life. And is one of the most open-minded people I know. And so they exist. This guy is not one of them. And
Definitely
the people that
not.
weaponize religion are not those people.
Oh yes. Oh my God. I can get more disrespectful about this, but like, I'm not gonna go with it. You know what?
We'll move on.
We'll move on.